Welcome to Plaid Lattes. I'm AJ, and in today's video we will be making the easiest turkey dinner you've ever made. If that's something you want to see, then do not adjust your screen. So, you'll notice in a second when we switch to the actual video that my hair is very different. We filmed this back in October, and when I was editing I realized we did not do an intro. So these are some tips and tricks to make an easy, stress-free turkey dinner, whether it's for Christmas coming up or any other occasion you have. Please enjoy. So the first couple things I'm going to show you, you can do early that morning, the day before, or even 2 days before. And the first thing of that is your mashed potatoes. I do not peel my mashed potatoes. It's a great time saver and you get a lot more nutrients in it. So you just chop them all into, wash them obviously, and then chop them into similar chunks, put them on to boil. The next is stuffing. I'm going to be making stuffing muffins, or stuffing muffins. So you want to chop as small as possible your carrot, celery, and you can either use onion or I use shallot because onion makes my eyes water really badly. And then you're going to saute it. My tip, if you're doing this gluten-free, add a little extra butter just before it's done, and then you get a nice creamier stuffing. And of course add in poultry seasoning or a soup cube, and that works great. I have my gluten-free bread here, which a nice little tip is if you have gluten-free bread, you know you don't want to buy a loaf to make your crumbs out of, or buying gluten-free crumbs is ridiculous. So just when you're using your bread, keep a couple pieces aside. I like to keep the end pieces because I don't like them anyway, so. And you just simply chop them and store them in a bag, because you can just keep that going all year round. And then all you really need is an egg. I'm using a double yolk one because that's what we have right now. And then there's a proper word for this.
Mirepoix.
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 Mirepoix. I don't speak French.
So
your celery, carrots, and form of onion.
and butter.
And butter. And make sure you use a spatula when you're getting this out of the bowl so that you actually get all the butter. And then just mix it up. So if you do put a soup cube in with your vegetables, when you find that you're mixing it, if it's a little dry, you can just add in water and you're not going to dilute your flavors any. And then I am baking these in the large muffin tins. I put liners in because I feel like no matter how much you grease a muffin tin, when you're doing stuffing, it just sticks every time. So you're just going to pack them all in. Alright, so once your muffin cups are filled, whichever, put them in at 350. My oven says 375 because it's 25 degrees off. But if your oven works properly, put it at 350 for about 20 minutes. So once your potatoes are boiled and nice and steaming, I always let them sit for about between 5 to 10 minutes after they're done. Turn off the stove and let them sit. I don't know what it is, but it just helps them mash better, and I feel like it just makes them softer. And then we're pretty simple with that. Just an inordinate amount of butter and a potato masher. After you actually have it mashed a bit, then you'll add your salt and some whipping cream. So once you have mashed your potatoes to the right consistency, and I always get someone else to taste it. I don't know why, but when I taste test something, I'm like, well, I know what went in it, so it just doesn't taste right ever. But we tend to like our potatoes a little more on the textured side. I don't like whipped potatoes. It's something that you should be molding something out of, not eating. And as you can see, leaving the skin on just gives it a really nice color, and then it's not just plain and boring. Then you're going to put it into a oven-safe dish, which I know seems like, oh, well, you're making another dish, but most people put their stuff in a serving bowl. And this means that it's done ahead of time. You can wash this up, and it's one less dish later, especially because this is a perfect dish to just leave your leftovers in the fridge at night because it stacks really well. So now you have 2 of your sides done. You can let them come to room temperature and then pop them in the fridge. Like I said, you can do this early in the morning, day of, or up to 2 days in advance. And we will tell you how to reheat them in just a couple of moments.
Hi, I'm Holly, and we're making turkey. This is going to be the easiest turkey you have ever made. All you need is whatever poultry seasoning you want to put in your turkey. I have fresh, all nicely chopped up here, ready to go, and a few little bits to go inside my turkey. You can use powdered, you can use the dehydrated, whichever you like. I also have salt and pepper and olive oil. I have my turkey, 1 tablespoon of flour, and this is the magic. This is a Look Cook bag, and it will revolutionize your turkey making process. I'll be right back. So inside your package are 2 bags, and these are big enough to fit a full 20-pound turkey with room. You can get extra large. This is just a large size. You can get extra large. I've never seen them in my grocery store. Maybe you can order them online, but we use the large. Inside are 2 bags and 2 zip ties. So you have one for Thanksgiving and one for Christmas.
There we go.
So to prepare our bag, I've just opened it out and turned the top back by about 1 inch or so. You take a tablespoon of flour. This is gluten-free flour, and I didn't know if it was going to work at first, but for the last 7 years we've used gluten-free flour. Here we go. You put your little tablespoon of flour in there, and all you do is you evenly distribute it through your bag. All you're doing is kind of coating the inside of your bag with your flour. And so I just like shift it back and forth, roll it around, make sure I get everything all covered. And it takes 2 seconds. This is the hardest part of the whole turkey. And shift it around. I leave the flour in the bag, put my bag into my empty roaster. And I'll be right back with the turkey. So here's my turkey. I take his little back wings and I tuck them underneath him, and or her, whichever the case may be. And you may be thinking, that is one tiny turkey. First of all, let me explain. This is actually Thanksgiving in Canada, and we're doing it a little ahead of time for you so you can make use of this at Christmas. And because it's still, the C word, we're not having company this year. So it's the 3 of us, and this little turkey will do us just fine. So first thing I'm going to do, a little bit of olive oil right over the turkey. And I think I might have company in a second. I'm just going to pour some on here.
And up she goes.
Not for you. Down you go. No, off you go. You can have that later.
She's like, I smell gibbly.
Salt. Pepper. My poultry seasoning. I do not put onion, garlic, anything like that inside of the turkey, simply because we like to make
She's just going for the window.
We like to make bone broth afterwards, and we make gummy treats for our cat and dog. And so I don't put onion or garlic in. The herbs are fine with, but yeah, no onion and garlic. And then I'm going to take my few little pieces, stuff those bad boys in there, and then this is the second hardest part. I'm going to take my little turkey and slip him or her into my bag. Voila! I'm just going to wash my hands. So my turkey is in my bag with Richard's neck, because that's his part, and the giblets I've taken out so that AJ can saute them up for Misty and Shadow. So I take my bag, unroll the little edge there, gather it up, just like this. And you can see there's tons of room here for a big turkey. The other day I roasted off 5 whole chickens. They were small chickens for bone broth, and they fit in here perfectly fine. You slip the little end to your zip tie, zip it up nice and tight. I always like to make sure that my corners on the bottom are tucked in.
Hey, Misty.
Not for you. I like to make sure that they are tucked in, because one year I started the turkey on fire by letting one of the corners go up. It hit the element and there was turkey grease everywhere. So once you have your turkey in your bag, take a pair of scissors and you make 5 about 1-inch cuts in the bag randomly. Snip, snip, snip. And she's going in for about 2 hours. She's tiny, but probably 1 hour and 45 she will be very well cooked. And I will come back and show you exactly what she looks like when she comes out, because she is going to be pretty. So you might be thinking, why on earth would I want to cook my turkey in a bag? Well, one reason is it cooks in about half the time. And the second reason is when your turkey comes out of the oven and it is dark and golden and crispy and none of the juices have dried up, you haven't had to baste it, you just put it in there and forget about it. And your turkey comes out beautifully. Everything's contained in the bag, so it's actually pretty easy cleanup. And your skin is nice and dark and crispy, and it's so moist. And we're just going to leave it in here for about another half an hour in the bag to set, and AJ is going to tell you what to do with that stuffing and potatoes she made.
So while your turkey is sitting up, you're going to put some butter, or you can put broth if you want, on top of your stuffing and your potatoes. Weird smiley face. And lower your oven to about 225 and put them in for 20 minutes, 25 minutes, so they come out and can cool for a minute. You slice up the turkey. All you have to do is make your stuffing, or make your gravy and your side dish. We're just going to do corn this time. Easy, simple cleanup, rock and roll.
So we'd like to thank you for stopping by and checking out the easiest turkey Christmas, Thanksgiving, whatever dinner that you will ever make. It makes it nice on the cook and the cleanup on the day of your meal, because most of the prep work is done ahead of time, and that turkey is just ridiculous. It turns out perfect every single time, no matter what kind of turkey you have. And yeah, we appreciate you watching and being here with us. And if you'd like to see a super simple carrot side dish, drop a comment below and we'll put that up on our Instagram. Thanks for coming by and have a happy Thanksgiving/Christmas.